every day in our lives. Whether you are a lash artist, an independent microblading artist, or you are an owner yourself, you will come and face so many of these obstacles. And if you don't deal with it, you are not going to be successful in your life. I'm speaking on behalf of my experience of 15 years in the beauty industry, especially with lashes and microblading. So today I want to share with you 4 points that happens in my life where I think is the best way for you to deal with obstacle. The first one I want to talk about is for you, if you fail to take that as an opportunity to learn something new, that may be an obstacle for you. What I mean by that is take that failure as an opportunity for you to learn as a new thing. Let me take you back when I have experienced something like that. About 7 years ago, I have taken in a handful of staffs. I began to trust those staffs very dearly. Now, I'm not saying all of the staffs that happens. Within of my 7 staffs that I have, you have to understand when I first started, this has happened when I first started my business. One of the staff that has been with me about 4 or 5 years, I have trusted her enough, right, for me to share everything, even my proprietorship. That means everything that's the inside of the business. So one day, it struck to me that she parted ways with our company. And along with that, not to my knowledge, she had taken an amount of clients as well as the proprietorship that I own. So it's a lesson learned for me. I trusted everyone. I trusted people. I trusted people that works around me. I never regret it. Till this day, I still do that. However, I used that failure. At the time, I failed to protect my proprietorship, which is the value propositions that I have. So I allowed the client or the employees to take it away from me. So to this day, to avoid something like that, I learned to have consent forms, to have non-disclosure forms that are signed within the employment. So ladies, if you thinking of becoming an owner of a business, this may work for you. So therefore, I take what I failed before and take that as an opportunity for me to learn and protect it myself for the future. That's one thing. The next thing I wanted to talk about is just do your job and the next task and do it right. And you keep moving on. To overcome the obstacle, what I mean is that when you do a job and you keep moving on, you never stay in one place and complain and lack of and put it off. None of that. Just do it. Do it today. The next day you wake up, you're doing the same thing. You keep doing it over and over again. However, every single time you do it, try to do it right. And as you keep doing that, you keep moving on. Do not allow any moment of stagnant. It will slow you down. I hope that I hope that ring a bell with you. And that's two. The third one that I want to share with you is love everything that happens to you. So this is almost in related to the first topic that I talked about. Love everything that happens to you, whether it's good or bad. So I remember coming into the business, when you come across with a client and you have a complaint. So let me tell you one thing, to be very, very real. I remember this is almost about 5 years ago. I had done a lashes on a client, and little did I know this person had been consistently moving from one studio to another, and her intention is to find every single little fault that happened and then turn it into a legal issue. So one time I did this whole lash set, and I believe her name is Tiffany, if I may not remember clearly, because it's a very, very difficult case for me. So Tiffany came in late. She was the last appointment, walk-in appointment, and normally I close at 7. So 6 o'clock she walked in, and I literally took that appointment because I know my staff needed an hour and a half for her, and I don't want them to stay over past 7. And I can take it within an hour. So when I worked on her, she filled out the consent form and everything. However, she didn't sign it. She didn't sign the consent form, and it was my mistake. I overlooked that because it was late. This happens during October, like around this time. 5 o'clock is already late. It's already dark. So I took her in, thinking I can finish her in 1 hour, correct? Which I did. So I gave her a very full set, charged her, and she was really happy because she needed the set. Remember, this is Friday night. She needed the set for an event that night. She was really happy. Never have any problem, and I don't know why, but I gave her a discount too. So the next 2 days, this is about Sunday, when we off Sunday, she had called the salon and it forwarding to my phone, saying that her eyes are swollen and all these infections and no problems. And I said, well, can you come in? She couldn't come in because she had left town. I said, okay, well, as soon as you come back, let me know, but please check into a hospital, the nearest hospital, urgent care, just to take care of it, let the doctor see what's going on, and I'm willing to take that fees. So anyway, long story short, she did checked in and came back to me 5 days later with a doctor's fees. All it is say that she paid for so and so and how much, and I'm willing to do that. And the next 2 weeks, I received a letter from a lawyer, okay, and wanted me to surrender the consent form, which she didn't sign. And at the time, during these 2 weeks, I was so overwhelmed with upset and scared and nervous and very unstable minded. I said, you know what? I don't like this. I don't like this business. I hate this business. I don't like all these things happening. It's not worth it. It's not worth for me to go through all this headache, all these hardships that I have to deal with this. And I said, I'm just going to throw the towel in and I'm going to leave this. But then, guess what? I sat down and talked to a couple of my friends and think about it. Every single business have hardships, have issues. You have to deal with it. You have to deal with it. It doesn't matter. So this is the obstacle. This is something that you cannot push it aside. You cannot put it under the rug, and you cannot avoid it. So I have to deal with this legal battle over and over again for months and learn to love what I do. So then every day I wake up and I say, listen, I am in this battle. I am in this business. I am loving it in every way that is happening, whether it's good or it's bad. So I learn to love my job and deal with every single obstacles that it comes with. Not pushing it aside, not putting it under. I can go around it. I can go over it. Deal with it. Love it. Like it. That's how you deal with the obstacle. And that's how I deal with the obstacle. The last thing I wanted to give you, my pointer, is that discipline always triumphs talent. Trumps talent. What I mean by that is that every single time I'm sitting down and I work on these lashes, on this microblading, on these brows, I do the same thing again. If I ever fail, I would repeat the same thing. Let's just say my schedule start out at 9 o'clock, 9 to 5, 9 to 5. So I would wake up early, come in for my appointments 9 o'clock. Every day it has to be 9 o'clock, 9 to 10, and appointments back to back. And put myself into a position where I must be there for my work. And if I ever made a mistake, I repeat it, redo it, and redo it better. So why is it discipline always trumps talent? What has anything to do discipline with the talent? Guys, if you keep repeating it over and over again, the same motion, the same discipline, you sharpen that skills. And eventually, you're going to be good at it. you at your best 10 days from the first day that you discipline. I hope that makes sense. So I remember the last one that I come across. The very first day that I started out with lashes, and I work on my one of my neighbor. She's happened to be my technicians at the nail shop too. So I work on her, and oh my gosh, it wasn't good. I keep, glued all the lashes together. That was the first one. And I say, well, lend me your eyes every week, okay? Just lend me half an hour. So I would lay her down half an hour. I keep doing it every single week. I would give her a touch-up. And the first set that I did, it's being glued together. And the second week, I separate it, I redo it. I go, what is wrong with this set? What did I do wrong? So repeating over and over again at about 4 touch-ups, she finally said, Tanya, I'm able to wink my eyes now. What does that mean? That the lashes are not sticking together anymore. She felt comfortable. And then not just her, I did other people, other clients are doing the same thing. So guys, that's what I mean by discipline yourself, doing it over and over again, correct your mistake, and your mistake will turn you into a perfect, talented artist. Okay, guys, I hope that all that 4 of the items that I just talked about will help you to overcome that obstacle. That means that take your failure as an opportunity for you to learn something new. And when you do something, just do it and moving on to the next new task. And the next thing is that love everything that happens to you, whether it's good or bad. And lastly, that I just talked about is discipline yourself to become a talent person. Guys, happy Friday to you. I hope what I just give you something to think about, and whether you are becoming a new lash artist, permanent makeup artist, or a business owner, please take this and maybe you can learn something from it and move forward to becoming a successful person, artist, or business person. For more tips and secrets, please subscribe to our channel, click the like button, and turn on notifications for the latest in Glamour Lash videos.